What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is a second look at the new crown plate that makes all the Wildcard gems. So I did a video testing it with Hogan, and what we found was that the Wildcards kept overriding the multi-gems, and so not a good fit for Hulk Hogan. But what about a character that increases gem damage? So I'm going to take a look at a couple real quick, but I want to work with Lyra first because she's one of my favorite characters in the game. I know how she works, and I know what she normally hits. I do want to make the caveat, even since the To The Max video, I've kind of changed up how I use her. I use her this way. Jumping Enziguri, 6 MP red, deal damage, increase your red gem damage by 400%. So that's one that we want to look at right there. Red gems, 400% for everything. Then spinning heel kick, deal damage, increase your red MP by 5. Then deal damage and increase your blue gem damage by 194%. That doesn't really matter because we're not doing much with blue. It's the increase the red MP by 5 that matters in this. And then the electric chair facebuster, deal damage, make 38 gems into red gems. So here's how we're going to set this up. With our trainer entourage, we've got Butch for red MP, we've got Lawler for blue MP, we've got Santa Hogan, and we've got Bailey for damage. Let me make sure here. Spinning heel kick, jumping Enziguri, electric chair facebuster. Just double checking with my own account to make sure I've got everything the same so that I run it the same way. The one thing I don't have in my account that is going to be a variable is this right here, the money in the bank moment. I would love to have it. Red gems do 75% more damage, receive less color and then or less damage from all color gems, and then all color gems do 50. So there's another 125% attached to her with this, but we just want to see what the flat damage looks like. Oopsies. On the strap, we are running basic 150% strap. I know basic, right? But again, we're just seeing the numbers change. I want to keep everything consistent across the board. This is what we ran with Hogan, so I want to kind of see how it goes here. And specifically not running the red gem one, but instead running an all-color gem damage here because we're going to switch from the red rumble plate over to the Wildcard plate to see which is better. And then with her, we do also have the Hulkamaniac. Whenever you break 20 or more gems, increase your red gem damage by 200%. So the first hit won't hit for that. The second hit will, but that's going to be consistent across the Wildcard gems to see if it's better on her. So let's go up against Jade Cargill. The storm is coming. And see how we do. How do we do? How do you do with this, right? So if we're going to use the jumping Enziguri, we're going to buff all of our red gem damage. Bam, there. You know what I didn't do? I don't think I maxed out this move. This isn't going to work. Hold on. Because that's only going to give her 5. That's what I thought. Hold on. Hold on. You probably saw it before I did. Don't worry. I got there. I got there. It just took me a moment because I was like, that move doesn't work. This doesn't work, Lee. Well, it does. I promise you, I've done it. I've done it. I've seen it. I've seen the tales of Cotton Eye Joe. All right. See, there you go. Now it increases it by 6. So now it works. Hooray. Hoo-rizzle and hooray. All right. Try it again. Momentary delay. We're back. So first we're going to buff our red gem damage by 400%. So we've got red gems 294 right now. This is going to take them up, smack to the face, to 1.47 million. That was abrupt. Now we're going to take them up again. Boop, 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 batty boop. From 1.47 million, they're now at 2.6 million. Good Lord. We're about to make 38 of them, which is, not the whole board, but a lot of it. There's not as many red gems on the board this time as there often are, so the hit might not be as strong. Boom. Now we trigger the Hulkamania and the red rumble plate. Boom. Boom. That's 224 million damage. I love Lyra. She actually is better this way than even the Yeet Plate, and you didn't even know. You didn't even realize how good she is, unless you're Flex, who told me multiple times, don't run her the way you're running her, Lee. Run her this way. Thank you, Flex. You were right, buddy. I appreciate you. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing. 224 million versus the Crown Plate. So instead of making 30 red colored gems, now we're going to make 30 wildcard gems. So the gems are going to depend on what they hit. I think the Red Rumble is honestly still going to be better. But in my case, for example, I only have one Red Rumble plate, and I'm not taking it off of Hogan. He's just too good. So what if I get the multi-plate and put it on Lyra? Am I going to be disappointed if this hits 150 million instead of 224 million? I don't think so. Plus, boss battle viability goes up again, and etc. But the Hogan plate does buff the red gems most specifically, so I would like to get another red one at some point. There we go. There's enough red on the board. This might actually work. Well, it erased a lot of them, but 219! Dude. I'm not upset about that. Not upset about that at all. So, what I've proven to myself, if not all of you, is the Rumble Plate, the Wildcard Rumble Plate now, I guess is what I should call it, is a phenomenal plate. If you have a character that does a very specific color, then they're still going to do better with their individual Rumble Plate. So, like, for example, Muda. Muda with purple is his best way to go. He buffs purple gems 999%. I don't want to risk running Muda with the other plate and him not getting counted as purple. But for other characters that buff your gem colors less than what Muda does, although that was 800%. So, it's still... all right, hold on. Let's see Muda. What we actually need, though, and what I was going to get to, is if you have a character that buffs all color gems by X%, that's going to be really where the value is for Muat, for this plate. Like, really, that's the value build, is to go ahead and put it with someone who buffs all color gems, because then that destroys, as it sounds, wild cards that really blow up all color gems. Ta-da, right? Ta-da, not to don't. All right, we're going to upgrade Muta. Make sure he is max level so that you can see the maximum of the damage. And then go from there. All right, entourage. All previous. Yes. And technically this should be Brett, but Brett's gonna take a hot minute to find. Zombie Brett. You know what? Screw that. He's not doing multi-gems. Let's just do that. All right, this will work. Right. Purple gems, 30%. You could still do more with Zombie Brett, but at least that's consistent. Lyra's plate over to Muda. We really don't actually need to worry about the Hogan plate. It's not doing any good. And if I take it off, I'm going to have to reset the currency. So we're just going to let that be a dead plate right now. Just doing nothing, and that's okay, because it's still going to give us our results. So let's give a second for science on this one and see if Muda does amazing things, as he always does. Oh, shoot. What the crap is this? Well, at least I'm consistently wrong. Apparently I haven't run Muda since we were testing out his triple blue and seeing that build. Hold on. Hold on. All right, so what in the world was going on there? Increase your blue MP by 10. Increase your blue gem damage. That. Okay. It's just going to bug me. All right, there we go. All right. Let's see this the real way again this time. Muta. All right. Buff everything by 1,000% on purples. Make your blue move happen. Blow up the board and then blow up the board. So it hits all the purples and all the other colors. Tank. Blows up the board again, which actually triggers the plate twice. So there's the wild card plate. That's going to blow up a lot of stuff. There's the wild card plate again, which is crazy fun. 1.5 billion damage. Holy nutcrackers. Actually, I may have just found the home for that plate, because holy crap. 1.5 billion is not out of the realm for what I've seen possible with Muda. It's just not what I've normally done. All right, Mischief. Let's switch over to the Mischief plate now. And everything else the same. We're not changing out the Hogan plate. It doesn't do anything. It's just locked there so I don't have to refill my currency on that. All right, let's do this again. See if we can hit more than 1.5 billion with his Mischief plate that I do actually have on him. Holy crap, on a cracker. All right, blow up the whole board. Kapow. Blow up the whole board again. Ooh, actually, that was some good purple right there. That was 45 million. Plus this. Plus purple. Plus purple again. Maybe it was only 150 million. Maybe. Yeah, because that's 250. I think it was 150 million. That wasn't 1.5 billion. Okay, because I was going, there's no freaking way. So he still hits with the Mischief plate better. So, okay. Go back and watch the footage. If he hit 1.5 billion, please drop it in the comments section, because that's a big difference. That's a big number difference. But what I'm finding across the board with this is that if you throw down your proper primary color plate that you have buffed, you're going to still hit harder. But in the example of Lyra, where I don't have another red plate that I can throw on her, and I can get the Queen's new crown thingy plate on her, the wildcard plate, it's a good substitute if you don't have something else. Also, it does, in the case of something like Muda right there, it does break a boatload of gems. So if you are trying to do a boss breaker, those wildcard gems count against any color that the shield might be. So even if it's like yellow gem shield, the wildcards count against the yellow in boss battle usually. So this plate is the boss battle specialty plate. But as we've proven across these two videos now, don't use it with somebody who throws out a lot of multiply gems, because it erases them and actually decreases your damage. But if you have someone that buffs any specific color, it's going to work really well on them. And if you find somebody, and I'm sure they're on here and my brain just isn't thinking of them right now, but somebody who buffs all color gems, that's going to be the one to go for, because then it's going to throw down a whole boatload of all color gem damage. So that's it for this one. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Like this video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and send this to your friend or faction mate who maybe got that plate and is still questioning, what do I actually do with it, or did I put it on the right person? Now you know. can help them out. So see you on the next one, friends. Bye.